Yes, it's true. I have managed to lose over 50 pounds, which is just crazy to say out loud because weight loss wasn't even originally part of my goal. I mean, I didn't love the way I looked, that was for sure, but the real reason that I got into health and wellness and everything under that umbrella was because I kind of had a drinking problem. Not kind of, I did have a drinking problem. And so I needed to quit drinking alcohol. I needed to cold turkey stop drinking, and I did. And now, a year and a half later, I am 50 pounds down and kind of reached any goals that I had made for myself as far as my body goes and like nutrition goes. And I'm just kind of at a maintenance state right now. But I really want to share with you how I got to this point, how I lost the weight outside of sobriety. Because yes, I have not had a lick of alcohol for almost a year and a half, which is just crazy. And I do believe that that is like the one thing that I could pinpoint to that has really transformed my body and kickstarted the weight loss. That is my secret. That is the one major thing that I did was I stopped drinking alcohol. Your girl is getting some GLP-1 allegations, which, to each their own. GLP-1s are designed for certain people and they are there for a reason. So if you are somebody who is choosing to utilize those, then good on ya, you do you. In fact, I've heard that GLP-1s can aid in sobriety, in quitting alcohol and make you like not crave alcohol as much, but talk to your doctor. I didn't use GLP-1s. They were not for me. And like I said, weight loss wasn't even at the front of my mind when I started on this journey. My thought was, I need to quit drinking because it's ruining my life in a lot of ways and impacting my growth, my happiness. I was lying to everybody that I knew. I mean, I was just living a life that I did not want to be living. So I needed to quit drinking for that reason. And then a few months into sobriety, I started being a little bit more active. And then a few months after that, I started getting more into nutrition. And so it started with sobriety and then came all the other stuff. But in this video, I am going to break down every single thing that I did to lose the 50 pounds so that if weight loss is a goal of yours or you just want to develop a healthier lifestyle overall, hopefully you can grab a few tips and tricks from this video and learn a thing or two about what I did to change my life, change my body, and become the healthiest, happiest version of myself that I have ever been. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Sober Scoop. This is a judgment-free zone where we talk about how to get sober and stay sober. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Quitting alcohol is the best decision I've ever made. So I'm going to start by talking about my sobriety because, like I said, that was at the root of it all. And I'm not saying that you have to quit drinking to achieve weight loss goals, but it might be something to consider for more than just the reasons of like alcohol is a lot of calories, right? There's so much more that goes into it than just calorie for calorie, okay? Because I drank Coors Light. They were low in calories-ish. And yes, eliminating alcohol altogether is less calories, for sure. But I eat more as a sober person, and so I felt like it kind of all evened out. The calorie for calorie comparison was not really the thing that I believe changed my body. What I believe changed my body is the total healing journey that my metabolism has been on. I mean, now in sobriety, my metabolism is so fast. It reminds me of like when I was a child and I could eat whatever I wanted because, you're just burning so many calories as a kid. You're moving around, you're active. And I feel that way as an adult, which is wild because when I was a heavy drinker, my metabolism was so shot. I felt like anything that I ate, my body would hold on to it. And I don't know the science behind that, but like I didn't eat that much because I was drinking so much. Food was an afterthought. I always say that I was a drinker. I was not a foodie. Like I loved drinks and I would not eat that much. And so I'm sure my body was like holding on to any nutrients I gave it for dear life, So in sobriety, my metabolism has just totally healed. I've healed my relationship with food. I eat all throughout the day. I think the mixture of eating small meals all throughout the day and then being an active person and not drinking alcohol, that is like the triple threat to heal your metabolism and like literally burn calories without even trying. I feel like the weight just kind of melted off, which I'm not trying to sound pick me, but like I said, weight loss was not a goal of mine. It was a byproduct of just creating a healthier lifestyle. So it really is crazy how much quitting alcohol heals your metabolism and just gets you onto a better schedule. Your body expects nutrients to come in so it doesn't hold on to as much. You get hungrier more often. You get hungry in the mornings. You get hungry after workouts. Like, I'm just processing things a lot faster. So quitting alcohol heals your metabolism. And I think that is the reason that even if you don't have a problem with alcohol, you should consider cutting out alcohol while you're on a weight loss journey. Every sip of alcohol that you have is just going to ruin your progress because you stop burning calories and it makes you hold on to things. The metabolism is just, I mean, it's like you're just making your whole journey so much harder on yourself by continuing to consume alcohol. So that's just my 2 cents on the kicking out booze portion of things. But let's move on to fitness. So my number one hack, I guess, for fitness is weightlifting. Weightlifting has changed my life, truly. It's changed my physique. It's changed my mentality. It's changed my relationship with the gym and working out. I used to hate going to the gym because I didn't want to run on the treadmill or like do the elliptical for hours on end. Boring. And it was like I would have to do so much to see so little results. And as women, we are so often taught to do cardio and like, don't lift weights. You're going to get really big and bulky, especially me being in the modeling industry for so long. I had modeling agents literally tell me to not lift weights. Or if you go to a workout class, like, don't do the weights, just do your body weights, do Pilates, do yoga, like walk a lot. They did not want us building muscle. And so that was like conditioned in my mind for me to believe that women are not supposed to have muscles and like muscles are bad. When in fact, having muscle is directly linked with longevity. If you are strong, you will live longer. Don't ask me to pull up the study, but I've read it online, okay? The internet is a very trustworthy place. But anyways, fitness and especially having muscle, being strong, will provide you with a good, healthy, strong body that can take you into old age. And so not only is it great for longevity and living a long time and being mobile, but weightlifting changes your body composition. Have you ever heard the term skinny fat? Yeah, that's what I was for a long time. When I was heavily drinking and only doing cardio, I had no muscle. And so I looked thin, but I was so squishy, if that makes sense. And it kind of gave me this like boxy look, I guess you could say. And when I started working out, I started instantly being able to see my waist. Not instantly, okay? Results take time and you have to just trust the process. But I started to see a waist, which as somebody who has been historically boxy, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Your bum lifts a little bit. Your arms just look a little tighter. You get that little ridge underneath your shoulder. What's that muscle called? I can't remember. That little bulge, deltoid? Is that a deltoid? Your little shoulder muscle. You get that little indent under there. I swear that weightlifting even shapes my face a bit better. Okay. I don't know if it's like draining the fluid out of there or it's the sobriety talking or what, but like weightlifting just gives you a glow up. Your skin, your body composition, and it's a life hack because it only takes like 15 to 30 minutes, 3 days a week to see results. Seriously, you go to the gym or your home gym with a couple dumbbells and you lift for a short amount of time, 3 days a week, and you will see results. It's incredible. it is a life hack, and it's made me not hate the gym. And I've told myself that if I go into the gym and I've only got 10, 15 minutes in me, then that's totally fine. If I am in there and I feel like just taking it slow, taking it easy, spending my Friday night just hanging out in the gym, okay, I'll be in there for 2 hours, just doing everything. But it doesn't matter if it's a short amount of time or a long amount of time. Weightlifting doesn't require hours and hours of commitment. You can see results in a small amount of time. And I think that's why it's been really helpful to me too, is because I can fit it into my busy schedule. I really have no excuse. Like, everybody can go grab 2 dumbbells and do a 15-minute workout 3 days a week. Everybody has time for that. Think about how often you're scrolling on social media. You don't have time for 15 to 20 minutes of lifting weights. Like, we have that time. And if you think about like a HIIT workout, those were so popular when I was like in my early 20s, and they want you to be dripping sweat and like feeling the burn and all that stuff. Weightlifting is calm. You do not drip in sweat. You do not bounce up and down. Like, bouncing up and down at my age, no, not really my age, but more just like my health. I've had a lot of knee problems and stuff. Bouncing up and down is not in the cards for me. I do not want to be stressing my joints out. I want to take it slow. I want it nice and easy. I don't want to be dripping in sweat, okay? Weightlifting is calm. It is controlled. It is peaceful. You can listen to a podcast. I know Lauren from the Skinny Confidential podcast, when she does weightlifting, she listens to classical music. So it is a calm experience. If you're doing it at home, you can watch TV. I don't know. It's just such a more attainable routine for someone like me. So weightlifting has been key to my fitness journey as well, or to my weight loss journey. So I quit drinking alcohol, and then probably 4 months into my sobriety, I started weightlifting. So it was not right away. In the beginning, I was like, my only priority is to not drink alcohol. And that's exactly what I did. And then once I felt comfortable enough and like secure, stable, like comfortable in my sobriety, I implemented weightlifting. And then 3 months after that, I implemented nutrition, which I'll get into next. But with weightlifting and just kind of this entire weight loss journey in general, walking has been key for me. For my mental health, for my physical health, walking is like my therapy. It's my medication. It can heal all, really. And it's great physically for longevity. Again, like just moving your body and keeping active. They say use it or lose it. And we all want to be able to walk forever, right? So keep walking for your longevity. It's good for your joints, good for everything. It's also great for what do they call that? Level 2 cardio or something, where it's like a slow, consistent cardio instead of sprinting, running, jumping, doing those dripping sweat HIIT workouts. Walking is a nice, consistent burn. Like, if you can do it on an incline, on a treadmill, or go for a hike, those are great too. But even just taking a brisk walk on flat ground is so good for you. And I do believe it also heals metabolism and just keeps your body going. They say sitting is the new smoking, and truly, if you can just be up and moving as much as possible, take walks when you can, do things at the same time. Like if you're going to meet a friend for coffee, grab a coffee and go for a walk together. Or if you really love listening to a certain podcast every week, maybe the Sober Scoop podcast, go listen to that episode while you're on a walk. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone and try walking. Now, on the mental side of things, I swear, anytime that I've had an alcohol craving, or I'm just having like a funky time, feeling a little bajiggity, a walk heals all. And even when I really don't feel like going on a walk, I force myself to, because at this stage, I know that walking will cure it. So even though I'm like, I really don't want to walk right now, that does not sound like something I want to do. I just want to sit here and relax and watch TV. But I'm feeling really weird. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling hyperactive, restless, whatever. I know, because the proof is in the pudding, I know that a walk will heal whatever I'm feeling. So I force myself to go out and get on a walk. And some days, that's a couple laps around the block. Some days, that is walking 5 miles around town. It really just depends. And I think this is kind of on the mental side of things that I'm going to get into towards the end of the video. But I do believe that not going too hard, too fast is really key to weight loss and everything. Sobriety, whatever your goals are. I think not wanting to see like quick, instant results and instead being okay with the fact that you're going to have to invest in yourself. And this is not something that you're just trying for the short term to see results by February or whatever. You are in this for the long haul, and you are literally creating a healthier lifestyle overall. One perspective that really helped me is, I forget what the original quote was, but essentially it was something like, a year is going to pass no matter what. Like, you can have really lofty goals and be like, oh, I'll never reach those. What's the point? Like, time is going to pass anyway. So you may as well be getting closer to that. You don't want to be sitting in the same place in a year and being like, oh my God, I should have started. I should have just put in a little time. Like, you might not be everywhere that you want to be in a year's time, but you'll be closer if you put in the time every single day. I used to obsess over seeing like instant results. I would do a really tough workout for like 3 days in a row and be like, I don't see abs. This is pointless. Like, I wanted instant results, and I was really frustrated when I didn't get them. So that shift in mentality, this goes for sobriety, this goes for weight loss and fitness. I just knew that if I put in a little bit of time each day, I would get closer and closer to my goals. And I might not be perfect, and it might not happen tomorrow, but it was like I just became okay with investing time into myself and taking it slow and slowly adding things on top of the last. I think sobriety is like a really humbling experience, and you just learn to be careful and kind to yourself. And I think that really catapulted my weight loss journey, because I was kind to myself. I said, do the best you can. Give what you have today. Put in a little bit of effort each day. Slowly, they say getting 1% better every day. Slowly becoming that person that you want to be. And just being okay with the fact that you're not going to get quick results, and that's okay. If you want quick results, this video is not for you. We are literally uprooting our lives and creating this new persona, one step at a time. So, we talked about weightlifting. Now I want to talk about nutrition. So, in the very beginning of my nutrition journey, sorry, I keep saying journey, but it is one. My only focus was eating more protein. This is such an easy, attainable goal. You don't have to restrict yourself. You don't have to cut sugar. You don't have to cut carbs. You don't have to follow this diet or that diet. No fad diets around here, okay? All I did was I said I wanted to eat more protein. So I don't have to eat less of anything. I didn't restrict my calories. I didn't limit what I ate. I didn't say no to anything. I still allowed myself desserts and everything. But I tried to eat more protein. And this mentally is such a healthier way to do it from my experience, because you don't take away anything. You're just adding something to your life. That's so much easier to wrap your head around than to cut things out of your life. All you have to do is shift your focus a little bit and focus more on eating high protein. So my latte in the morning, instead of getting an iced latte from Starbucks or whatever, I started making protein lattes at home, which are half a vanilla protein shake. I like the, Protein Plus? Premier Plus? Yeah, Premier Plus protein, vanilla protein shakes. I do half of one of those, half almond milk, a double shot of espresso, and ice. And it has like 15 grams of protein in it, which is an amazing way to start your day. So just a little shift like that, changing a regular latte for a protein latte. In the morning for breakfast, instead of having like an avocado toast with just avocado and bread, maybe you throw in a scoop of cottage cheese and a hard-boiled egg. And now it has just a little bit more protein. And the cool thing about this is Well, the reason I got into protein in the first place was because I was doing the weightlifting. And so I wanted to build muscle, right? That was my goal. So more protein helps you build muscle. The weightlifting and the high protein just kind of went together. And that's where it all began. But as it turns out, there are a lot more benefits to eating high protein. It's great for your skin, it's great for your metabolism, and it's great for keeping you full with actual nutrient-dense foods. I have now learned that there are all sorts of powders and potions that you can take to increase your protein intake. But in the beginning, and still now, but in the beginning especially, I was focused on animal proteins and just getting my protein from, eggs, beef, certain dairies like chicken, seafood, just actual animal proteins. And if that's within your dietary needs or restrictions or whatever, I highly recommend doing that because it makes you eat just more whole foods. I think getting back to our roots and trying to eat like a caveman essentially is the key to success. Keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So I just ate a lot of meat, a lot of eggs, fruit, vegetables. I kept it very simple. And the cool thing about focusing on high protein is, like I said, you can still have your sweet treats. You can still have everything you want. Just try to eat more protein. It will naturally keep you fuller longer. And after you have a handful of diced chicken, tell me you still want to snack on those Ruffles. Like, you just won't. Having a handful of chicken is so much, it's so hearty and fulfilling that you won't want to snack anymore. And back to the sobriety topic, like when I was a drinker, I would drink a ton of beer and then go get Chick-fil-A or like eat a bag of chips or just snack on salty, unhealthy snacks. And especially at late hours, like after a night of drinking, we've all ordered takeout and just eaten an entire Domino's pizza with a friend or something. My diet was not great when I was a drinker. I would oftentimes have a handful of shredded cheese for breakfast, which is so weird, but what can I say? So anyway, alcohol made me crave really unhealthy foods. And the more you have of something, the more you want it. So the more alcohol you drink, the more you want it. The more junk food you eat, the more you want it. The more healthy foods you eat, the more you want it, which is really cool. The more protein you have, the more you crave that true animal protein. The more veggies you eat, the more veggies your body will crave. It's a beautiful cycle, and we just have to retrain our body to get on that program. But all in all, try to eat like a caveman, prioritize protein, and if you struggle to get your protein through animal protein, you can also implement the protein shakes, the protein powders. There's protein everything these days. Protein bars, there's protein ice cream, there's everything. So if you want to sneak in a little extra outside of animal proteins, there's tons of stuff like that. Especially the ice cream. These days, I think, why would you eat regular ice cream if the protein ice cream tastes just as good and you get a little protein in? Like, to me, that's just a life hack. Some things are worth it. Like some desserts or whatever, I won't pass up because they're just so good. But some things, it's like, why wouldn't you just have the healthier version, like the protein ice cream, if they're so good these days? Another thing that I think really helped my weight loss was getting my sleep in order. When I was a drinker, I woke up every single night between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m., every single night. Usually I would pass out on the couch while watching a show with a beer in my hand, and then I would peel myself off the couch at like 2 or 3 a.m. and move to the bedroom and then fall asleep there. And it's wild because when you're a heavy drinker, you're never getting that full deep sleep, like that REM sleep. You are kind of at this, half sleep range. You can look up the science on that, but even though alcohol makes it feel like you pass out, it like helps you get to sleep, you cannot get a proper night's sleep when alcohol is in your system. If you have a Whoop or an Oura Ring, or your friend does maybe, have them check their sleep score after a night of drinking. because it is wild. I'll do this with my family sometimes, and their score will be like a 20 out of 100 on a night of drinking because their sleep quality was so bad. So all this to say, since quitting alcohol, my sleep has gotten so good. I sleep like a baby every single night. I sleep all the way through the night. And unless there is an outside factor, like, helicopters swarming and ambulances going off in the middle of the night, or someone waking me up, unless an outside factor is at play, I will sleep all the way through the night, every single night. And sleep is huge for your overall health, but especially weight loss. So do whatever you can to get your sleep in order. And if you are a really heavy drinker or you even drink, a couple glasses of wine a night or something, consider cutting alcohol out because it will fix your sleep, and good sleep fixes your metabolism and your weight loss and everything. So it's been really key, and I think that's like an undervalued weight loss hack. We have to get our sleep in order, and we have to get enough sleep. I got laid off recently after quitting drinking, and so I allowed myself to get 9 hours of sleep every single night. I got up on my own schedule without an alarm. I think that's key, as well as waking up naturally as much as you can. But yeah, sleep is an underrated hack for weight loss. I think another underrated hack for weight loss is just having good mental health and not stressing about the weight loss. Because if you stress about losing weight, it becomes really hard to lose weight. I do not advise getting on the scale every single day or every few days to see, oh, I've gone up 3 pounds. Oh, I've gone down 1 pound. That's not good for your mental health, in my opinion. I think that in creating a healthier lifestyle overall, and that being your main goal, weight loss will happen slowly over time, and it's not linear. You'll go up a little bit, you'll go down a little bit, you'll go up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. It's all over the place. And so we have to be patient and gentle with ourselves. And I do believe that good mental health results in good physical health. So I don't mean to get too deep, but if your mental health and your happiness is out of whack, I highly recommend working on healing that. Whether there is some trauma that you need to address in therapy, whether there's a family relationship that you want to reconnect, whether you need to do work on yourself, whether you hate your job, you hate your spouse, I don't know. Whatever in your life is maybe negatively affecting you, I think if you want to physically have a glow up, you need to mentally have a glow up as well. And you need to love yourself and love your life in order to lose weight with minimal effort. I really believe that if you are trying and thinking about it every day, it's going to be exhausting, just like anything. When I was thinking about alcohol every single day at all hours of the day, it was exhausting and I hated it. And it consumed all my thoughts. I was not in a good place. And quitting alcohol 100% freed up my mind completely. And I think it's very similar with weight loss. If food and diet and weight loss are always on your mind, it is exhausting and you will end up obsessing and thinking about it constantly. And that's just not healthy. So if you can shift your focus into becoming this healthier person and creating a healthier lifestyle for yourself, moving your body a little bit, prioritizing protein, cutting out alcohol, or, drinking less alcohol if you're somebody who still has a decent relationship with alcohol. If you can just do those things to better yourself and better your life, I believe that it will result in the results that you're looking for. All those physical goals will come from creating a healthier lifestyle overall. So be patient. We're in this for the long haul, and I hope that you were able to grab a few little tips and tricks, but also just lifestyle hacks from this video to implement into your life and create that dream body and dream physical health that you've been dreaming of. So thank you for tuning in, and make sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or follow along if you're listening on the podcast platform of your choosing. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you for the next episode. Bye.